Laughter Science Journal. Bunny outsmart a scientist in a yard. Illustration by Ahana Kandari. We brought some beautiful flowers, planted them lovingly in the yard, and the very next day, an uninvited visitor, Bunny, was sitting there living his best life and relishing the taste of those flowers completely unapologetic. Bunny looked straight at me, as if saying, "Relax, buddy. I know you have got friends." And I still snuck in. For a moment, it felt like a pathogen invaded despite the body's defensive system. My researcher instinct flared up, problem detected, and troubleshooting required. So I walked towards the bunny, expecting it to flee in panic and reveal its secret tunnel system, which I would heroically block for the next time. Instead, this tiny mastermind made me chase it around the yard. We looked like two jobless creatures playing tag in the yard. Eventually, Bunny escaped. Next day, yard looked like the bunny hosted a family reunion for a Thanksgiving brunch buffet. The chase resumed. Bunnies scattered in all directions. Clearly, blocking the entrances was a total failure. Suddenly, my yard seemed like a bacterial cell. You block one transporter to deprive the cell of nutrients, and another transporter steps up, sneaking nutrients inside the cell, as if nothing ever got inactivated. I decided to shift focus. Instead of safeguarding the yard, I needed to safeguard the flowers. So I covered them with breathable mesh, basically putting them in KN95 masks. The next morning, the mesh was torn open. This bunny was like the antibiotic resistant strain in my backyard. Finally, I placed boundaries around the flowers. The next morning, I stepped out with a feeling of victory, ready to finally declare success in this backyard battle. But there it was, the same bunny, sitting inside the boundaries, eating the last flower with confidence of a pathogen, laughing at the low dose antibiotic. Honestly, the only thing growing in my yard after all the fencing, meshing, blocking, chasing was the bunny's confidence. Bunny looked at me dead in the eye, as if saying, "Nice boundaries. Aren't you a scientist? When did you switch career to full time bunny chaser? Because honestly, you are getting good. Need a recommendation later." And there I stood, looking at my flowerless plant, which now glared at me like a tiny green examiner assessing my PhD credentials. I felt like this small bunny had better resilience, confidence, and survival strategies than researchers who struggle to survive in academia. But giving up is not in a scientist's DNA. So I redesigned the boundaries higher, narrower, and sturdier. I basically upgraded my flowerless plants area into a level 3 biosafety chamber. I put every brain cell into the design. By now, my confidence has degraded like RNA in unsterilized tube, but my hope didn't. Then I waited for next day to be ready to see whether my new design was a success or another flawed experiment. And finally, I cracked the code. The plant survived and untouched even today. That day, I realized you can take a scientist away from research, but you can't take research away from a scientist.